you see Hoff and Dom. They're like having a conversation. She's like laughing. He's like, laughing back. Like, they seem like they're having a good time. They're vibing real well. Hey, Captain. He sees the guards. He's like, what's going on here? Well, I just spoke with Dr. Malik. He said that there was a couple of suspicious things he found on your person. And you see Dom's, just his entire body language, his face, everything changes. He casts Cloud of Daggers into the center of them. Quickly, runs back in his room and closes the door. A couple of the guards run up and start smashing into the door. They bust in. It's gone. She takes a glove off of her hand and reveals to you this stone embedded in her hand. When I get really emotional, I can't control it. And there is what appears to be a fire genasi. What's your name?
My name is Alfonso.
Alfonso. My name is Alifa. Would you mind going and seeing the rest of the festival with me?
Oh, absolutely. No, don't mind at all. Yes, it's a date.
She blushes and she's like, oh, would you like it to be?
I had a gift for you, actually.
So she gives you this armor.
And I have to ask, would you consider coming on holiday with us to the capital?
I would love to go with you, really, I would. My sister's going to be back in town next week, so maybe I could follow after you. How about I meet you at the Cat's Diamond Shop?
Dad! It's me! Lochlann, your boy!
Oh shit, I am your father, but nobody can know. We can't be seen together.
Essentially, I think it's time for us to come out to the world, so to speak. All right, votes are in. Looks like both proposals pass.
Well, as you all know, we're about to head to the joining ceremony. You see a elderly Furbolg man in front of you. Switch over to Noggle. You remove the hood from this person, and you see kneeling before you a small Kenku girl with a stone embedded in her hand. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mischief Check, The Rise of Steam. Last time, our party was in Alluvia, kind of all spread out, doing their own things. We got to see Dr. Malik talking with Edvard about some just personal things. Learned a little bit about Edvard's past, and Edvard asks of you that you go and seek out Byron. I guess afterwards you revealed to him that he's not actually the chosen one. And so he asked you if he could have an audience with Lochlann, who you revealed is the chosen one. In addition to that, he also asked you to find the bubble cult pendant that you had found on Aquarian's person, which you said is somewhere in the party's possession. Also, we got to see Lochlann, really Mirari, both of them, kind of get to interact with their father again under a great deal of secrecy. In a broom closet. He was able to open the box for you and revealed there was a mini hummus inside that he had left for you to tinker with and see if you could get it working to its full functionality. And then he was called off because somebody had fallen into the Molten Pool. And then he ran off to check on that, and Mirari and Slily and Asura followed after him. Alfonso.
Is the mini hummus actually this size?
No, it's like
still bigger.
It's like
a hand hummus, kitten size.
Oh, yes.
Just wondering.
Actual size.
Then Alfonso met up with Alifa, finally fulfilling the promise that he made to her 9 days ago or so. And they're kind of on a little bit of a date right now, going to Steamworks to try and work on your armor, see if you can get some improvements added to it. And then Noggle and Wilbert had a meeting with the animals about whether or not they wanted to expose their identities to the public at large. And whether or not they wanted to, or like the identity being their organization, and then their individual identity, or at least Noggle's individual identity, to the. I keep wanting to call. Every time I want to refer to you guys, I want to call you guys the Posse, but that was an older D&D group. Just like the party. You guys don't have like a name associated with you.
Pussy.
No, the Posse.
Canceled.
And so they voted on it.
A lot more awful things than that.
They voted on it, and both of the motions were passed by majority vote.
It's gonna be your downfall.
And so then they went on and down to the far, far depths of the Undercity to hold their joining ceremony, where Wilbert was reunited with an old passenger of the Hopeful, being Bibble, Wolfsleckes, and Hastenbergerdorf.
Yep.
And we concluded with Noggle taking off the hood of his joining person, and it was revealed that it was Koth, the Kenku, that they also ran into on the boat that had been with Dom way back in the beginning. So that's where we left off. We are going to jump back in with Dr. Malik, who I believe you just left Edvard's office.
Yeah, so I think I probably wouldn't look for Lochlann right away. I would check on a few things. First, where's Croc?
You left him outside of the Steamworks when you...
Yeah.
Oh,
again.
No one got a dog?
dog reveal?
Dog review?
500k subs, dog
expose my
reveal?
dog to you.
You can just like do a.
What the dog doing? What the dog doing?
Just imagining an edit of
Expose
just
my
like
hound.
a PNG of
my-
a dog
How many
spinning
things are being
across.
exposed? I'm exposing.
No.
Exposing myself.
Unexposed.
Should we expose ourselves?
We've been saying
I want to
exposed a
expose
lot.
myself.
An expose.
Jacob said something like
I've been
about
waiting for
exposing himself during the meeting, and I almost lost it.
this. It was good.
It was like the first time you talked, and you're like, "We're gonna expose ourselves." I was like, barely holding it in.
Love exposing. Expose.
So yeah, you left Croc at the entrance to Steamworks when Edvard asked to speak with you one-on-one.
I'm
When you
gonna
guys
go.
first arrived.
Probably gonna go find him.
Okay.
Kinda.
You were gonna find outside of Steamworks, you find him in like that same back courtyard where you guys landed, and Filda is with him. Like, oh, Dr. Malik!
Croc, Thilda.
How'd it go?
Good. I mean, that was a lot, but good overall.
That's good.
How I look to Filda. How do you feel?
I feel better now, actually. I didn't really know how to put it to words, and I didn't really want to worry you because of the ritual that I went through in the temple.
And,
But ever since we left the temple, I've had this sort of teeming anger deep inside of me, and as soon as you left with Edvard, it went away. I think that it was coming from the flower that we had.
the anger stayed. It was close. Like you had this teamy anger, and then when we took it away, it was gone.
Yes. Whatever that flower is, whatever power or energy is inside of it, it must be evil of some kind.
How would you feel it?
What do you mean?
The flower, the anger.
Just when it was near me.
Interesting. Well, besides that, Anything else that we should be worried?
I mean, I feel fine. I'm a bit drowsy. I don't know if you want to. We want to try letting me sleep again tonight.
I look at Crook, and I don't know. I mean, we need to try, but I don't know the right circumstances yet.
Well, yeah, whenever you feel like is best.
We need to find I don't know where to do or test it, but maybe tonight Edward can give me some direction, and maybe we can use a room or some sort of facility to kind of just monitor.
Yeah. While you were away, I got us a room.
Where?
Just down the road.
Okay, we go. I have an idea for something that I have to kind of work on.
Is it alright with you if I go off on my own? We don't know where Mirari went. Alfonso said he was going to meet, his girlfriend.
No, we need to find Morari and Lochlann.
So I'll go off looking for them.
Last time I saw they were sneaking around the factory.
Oh, look in there.
He has an invisibility ring, so have fun. I'll meet you back. All right.
I'll be back later.
Then I'm guessing he gives me the.
Yeah, he gives you everything you need, and he heads back into the factory. So you guys head to your room, and Filda sits down on one of the beds in this room and just kind of, you can tell that she's tired. She's like, do you think it would be all right if I tried to sleep?
Duh.
Do you want to chain me up or anything?
Niet.
Okay.
I don't care at this point.
All right. She gets into the bed and kind of pulls the blanket all the way up to like her chin. She's like, I haven't had a good night of sleep, and I don't even know how long.
The moment that I see this or hear a scream, that is the same scream that she did when she was transforming, I'm gonna inject her with just a
sedative.
Yeah.
Do you want to put it in your new cane so you can use it from a range?
And I'm gonna be on a desk working on this idea of a gauntlet.
Okay. So she goes off to sleep, and you're just working on the gauntlet. You're not doing any of your other experiments that you have going right now.
Wait, sorry, what was the gauntlet again?
This is a new thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna be working on it and thinking through that, and eventually, once I figure that out, maybe I don't think it would take too long to put something together.
Like the gauntlet thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not long. I'm going to say that from your experience with the Bubble Cult Temple, you were able to devise of a method to potentially bring someone back to life within a brief amount of time after they die.
Yeah, and harness that in the gauntlet.
Yeah. Right, what is going on over here?
We all three just crit. We all rolled the dice. I rolled a nat 1. They rolled 2 nat 20s.
I'm sorry, they're bad influence.
It's
on
only
me.
a 1 in 1,000 chance.
Only?
Yeah, remember
I know it's happened like
1 in
more
10 million
impressively,
chance?
but like that's crazy.
Each roll is an independent variable from each other. I'm gonna work on that, and then I think I would start working on write down a theory about I haven't been able to work on it yet, but a theory to kind of harness. I still have one of those darts, I think. Those used darts from the
I believe you have, like 1 left.
Kind of dissect it and see if I can almost harness that and put it in my cane to launch it.
Okay. Roll me a history check.
+4. 21.
So you remember when back on the Hopeful, when you guys were first coming over here, that Kruk did some experiments on the dart, and he told you that somebody's DNA was mixed in with this. So are you looking to try and recreate whatever the formula is, or are you looking to use what's already in this dart as what you want to put in the cane?
I would try to replicate it with a different person's DNA.
Okay. Whose?
My own.
Your DNA? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a disadvantaged. We're gonna call it an Arcana check. You have a +7.
Dirty 20. I had a 17 and then 13.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Can I say what I want to do with it?
That's not gonna matter.
Okay.
I mean, the possibilities are nearly endless with this type of thing. What I'm gonna tell you, because you got a dirty 20, is that you know that it's possible to replicate this. And you don't think you can with your current what's the word? Not equipment, but your current, just like what you have on hand as far as
setup
materials.
Yeah, that's fine. And I start writing possible. If I truly believe it's possible, I'll start writing theories, what I need, going through that.
What you understand is that there's something that goes into this that you don't know what it is.
Amen.
Okay.
More I don't know. As I'm doing this, does Philda, is she fast asleep? As I've been tinkering?
She's kind of tossing back and forth. She's had a lot of trauma around sleep. So she's having a hard time kind of nodding off. As you're working, a couple hours go by, and you hear her begin to lightly start snoring. And as you do, we're going to cut over to Luke.
Classic.
To Alfonso.
I was going to say, if I know she's going to sleep, and Malik's not gotten any sleep, so he's going to probably nod off.
You slept on the way back here, didn't you?
I was working throughout the night in the flower.
Oh, I guess, yeah. We called it a long rest, but you didn't actually sleep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You're going to take a level of exhaustion if you don't sleep tonight, then.
That's fair. I'm going to probably be dozing off, and so.
You're going to sleep with her? I mean, like...
Well, I'll doze up.
Whoa! What I mean is,
I'll doze off.
Yes.
I'll be dozing
you're
off,
not going to have someone watching. Yeah. Okay. So, Alfonso, you and Alifa are walking through the beautifully lit streets of Ormond.
Is it evening tide?
It is, yeah. It's like the sun's going down as you guys are going on down the gondola down to the main kind of level of the city.
Oh no, is the podcast on?
As you guys are riding down, there is a podcast on. It's like time for some smooth jazz.
Oh, that's the radio.
Dad, I miss you.
You're making a
playing
guitar
sound with the trombone.
I like
It's
to
a unique instrument.
That's
right?
steampunk.
I like to think there's no instrument. You're just making noises. The guy's just making noises. Yeah.
As you guys are getting down to the bottom of the
Classic.
gondola, the song ends and the guy comes on. And he's like, and that was a rendition of Flablon by the Gromps.
What the Gromps?
Flablong? Flablong by
I
the
hope I
Gromps.
meet the Gromps.
The Grumps.
And you guys head down towards Steamworks, and as you arrive, like the sun's pretty much fallen behind. Because you guys are in a ravine, so it's like falling down behind the top of the ravine of the cliff face and everything, and so it's dark out, but there's nice lights scattered all along the streets and stuff. You guys make your way down there, and Alifa, she says to you, so in your... I can never remember how to do this accent.
Oh, if you had a chance to change your face,
I'm Irish.
would
I'm
you?
Scottish.
Scottish.
Yeah.
Roll my R's.
Yeah, Scottish.
They're having like
you're
great
Scottish?
dialogue.
So-
between-
Scotland is canon, just like Italy.
Scotland!
Wait,
Japan's also canon.
because of what you said earlier?
Because I think it was Ethan that said like, yeah, there was this ancient Japanese art of sticking bamboo under people's fingernails, and I was like, Japan?
Boppets are also canon.
But you said that like when the flag was or the ship was coming up to us, they were flying that flag. You said it was Scotland. Sorry.
So, Alfonso, tell me a little bit about your studies.
Oh, I studied at the university here in Ormond, and yeah, you know, it was quite interesting. I did my thesis on, you know, it's like, and you know, I had my internship and work with Steamworks. It was a large part of my studies.
Have you always been interested in kind of artificy?
When I was a child, I had many interests. You know, going to boarding school and whatnot. My father he pushed that I go into a career that was very up and coming, so that I could be someone of note in the city, so that I could be someone like Edvard.
Your father's a big deal.
Yes, he is quite a big deal.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Isle of Karat.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that they're one of the, you know, one of the three big ones of the countries. I've never been. Is your father like in a position of power there?
Yeah. Yes, he's a noble of Karat.
I see. What made you decide to come to Alluvia?
Oh well, like I said, you know, after you know my young education, I was sent here, you know, to be further educated at university. It was a big push by my father. You know, I've always been interested in things, but I haven't really had the sort of focus to pick one, so he sort of picked it for me.
Yes, I was going to say, it sounds like it was less your desire and more your father's desire for you to come here.
Yes, it's as it seems with many things in my life. He's a very hard man to please.
Yes, I understand. I inherited my shop from my parents as well. They wanted to travel abroad and didn't want to take me or my sister with them, so they left us to keep their shop up and running for whenever they came back.
Where did they travel to?
They didn't really give us an itinerary. It was more of like they were just going to be gone for a long time to see the world.
How old were you when this happened?
This was about 8 years ago, so
8 years ago.
I was in my late teens.
I see.
So I understand how that might feel,
Yes.
having that forced upon you by your parents. But if I may say, I think that you're very, very bright, and I think you have a lot of promise in artificy.
Well, thank you very much. I do try very hard.
It shows.
Thank you. And you as well.
Oh,
I believe because she's just artificer by trade, right? Like she didn't have any formal education.
yeah, she learned by doing.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of artifice, is that you don't need some fancy university education. You don't need to go to boarding school. You don't need to be working at Steamworks to be able to learn things and pick things up.
Yes, absolutely. You guys arrive at the entrance to Steamworks, and you head in. The front door is unlocked. It's pretty like
It's me that's falling in the molten pool, isn't it?
you can tell that this place is fairly empty, and you see a couple of guards and roll me a stealth check to see if these guards, unless you are okay with them noticing you.
Well, I mean, I just did a
Steamworks after hours.
I just did a quest for Edvard. I think they'd be okay with it, but I might just try to be casual more than stealth. I don't know. Would that still be stealth? I'll just try to act natural.
Good performance check.
I mean, she is literally on fire, so it's kind of hard to be too stealthy.
This place is huge. No.
Exactly. I don't know my way around.
Because she's in the molten pit.
I'll get it. 14.
14? Yeah, they don't seem to really bat an eye at you as you walk kind of through like the massive entrance hall of the factory. Do you want to look for like a workshop that you can go into?
Yeah, would I know where one is? Would it be a history check, or would I just know where I'm going?
I would say this area, the area that you'd be looking for, you would be familiar with. So yeah, you could just make me like an advantage survival check to find your way back there because it has been a while.
Okay. That's a 21.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You find your way through to what you remember being kind of like the big workshop where like all the big things would happen. They would bring you guys in for mostly tours. You weren't ever really allowed to do any sort of tinkering in there yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And roll me a perception as you approach this workshop.
Oh no. That's gonna be an 8.
An 8? Yeah. You walk up.
Yeah, it exists.
Yeah, you walk up and you, as you go to enter, you notice that the door's locked.
Oh, the door's locked. I don't have any thief's tools. I mean, I was gonna ask if I could perceive, but I just perceived. Should I break my way in? I feel like, can I do an investigation around to see if there's like another way in or something?
If you look through the window, yeah, roll me a perception as you look through the window.
Perception?
Yeah.
14.
You see on the opposite side of the workshop that there's like some big bay doors that probably lead out to where you and Lochlann wound up last time you were here, which is like that long kind of underground railroad track that led to like the lava river that was running through.
The molten pit.
Not the molten pool. That's just like their fuel source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I see that the bay doors are open?
They are closed.
They're closed.
But you feel like you'd have an easier time getting through those if you managed to get back to that railroad area.
I'd be like, oh damn, this door's locked. You know, I think I might know another way in.
Oh, alright.
Alright, come with me.
She follows you. You have to go through one of the production lines to get to, because that's the only other way you remember getting back there. So you head down one of the production lines, and roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
It's not falling in the molten pool.
He's not back there. He's on the production line right now.
Oh no. It's a 5.
Oh! 5. You end up at the last second you notice that there is like a tripwire, and you trip it. Alarms all around you start going off, and you hear some guards. Hey, what's going on there? They start running up to where you guys are at. You're like, oh, should we run?
Well, no. I mean, the door was unlocked. We haven't done anything wrong.
All right. And the guards come up to you guys and, what are you doing in here?
The door was unlocked. We're friends of Edvard's. We were just...
What's your name?
Phonzo Gildress.
Phonzo Gildress. Go check with the boss. And okay, runs off. He's like, you aren't going anywhere until he gets back.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it.
And several minutes pass, and he comes back in with Edvard himself. He comes in, and he's like, oh, Alfonso, who's this with you?
Oh, this is my friend, Alifa.
Alifa's like, oh, hello. She's an
artificer as well.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. What, may I ask what you're doing in my factory at this late hour?
Well, you'd mentioned before about, giving me some access to work on some projects I might want to work on. The door was unlocked, so I figured everything was open.
I have no recollection of giving you free access to my factory.
Well, maybe not free access, but some access.
Under supervision, perhaps.
Okay.
That is always open to be revoked, if needed.
All right.
Are you of right mind right now?
Yes.
Roll me your check.
No! No! My rolls have not been going well tonight.
And that's 20.
10.
You're fine. You hear the music start to play, but you manage to pull yourself kind of back together. He's like, you seem a little dazed. Are you all right?
Yes, I was just a bit shaken up by the alarm and the guards. I wasn't expecting this. I honestly thought that everything was still open. We walked past the guards at the front entrance. They didn't say a word to us.
Not have a word with them. I would like you to leave. I'll have the guards escort you out.
It's all right.
And he nods to Aletha and then walks away. Aletha turns to you. She looks very upset. She's like, "We're not going to be able to work on your armor now."
Ah, don't worry. I'm sure we can figure something out.
All right. And the guards escort you back to the entrance. We are going to cut away from you for now. We're going to cut back to Dr. Malik. You are in your study. You're not going to sleep.
I was just he would be drifting off.
Okay.
Not trying not to, but working on finishing the new gauntlet, and then eventually once whether he gets back up, wakes up, and realizes that she's fast asleep and okay, he'll write a note and said head back to check on Kruk and look for Lochlann at Steamworks.
Before you even get that far,
Okay.
here's what I'm gonna have you do. I need you to make me a just make me like a perception check as you're dozing off, disadvantaged as you're kind of dozing off in this room.
Oh, you said disadvantage?
Disadvantaged.
I hate you.
You not?
I natted.
I said it before you rolled.
You did.
What'd you get?
10.
10. You hear loud footsteps approaching, and you hear Dr. Malik, Dr. Malik, Dr. Malik! Freaking pounding on the door.
I walk up, Kruk. I open the door.
You're like, "Yeah, come with me right now. Lochlan's in trouble.
Why?
He's in trouble. Come on, quick. It's Steamworks."
I make sure Phil is asleep.
She probably got woken up by the noise.
Was she waking up?
She's like stirring a bit, but she hasn't like fully woken up.
I write a note saying I'm at Steamworks and run.
Okay.
Working on the gauntlet as I run.
Now we're gonna cut back to.
Did you say Lochlann was in trouble?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Now-
actually fine right now, in case he wants to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm all good.
I guess we'll see what's going on.
No, I'm all good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He doesn't need to. I'm good. He doesn't need to say anything. We're like everything's straight.
We're gonna cut back to Mirari and Salili and Asura, who we last left off wandering through the factory.
I stowed the ornate box in the broom closet
Did you take the hummus figure with you?
and the letter. Yeah,
You took the letter and the figure with you?
yeah.
Okay.
So I took the contents. I left the box, kind of shoved it behind some other like
I
gears
might
and
actually
parts.
put you back under carry-weight capacity.
That was the goal.
Let's take a
that
look.
was the attempt there.
Father's ornate box.
It's like the halfway
only
point
weighed
through an
1 pound to begin
RPG.
with.
You just dump all your useless junk in a corner of
How
the,
much
of the
overweight
world.
am I?
Here, like 0.3 pounds, but I haven't added the hummus figurine yet. So the letter is gonna be wax sealed, and it's gonna be 0 pounds.
I'm
And
getting rid of
then
some
the
pittance.
little hummus figure.
Pittance.
I don't know.
Pitons. They're like spikes you use to mountain climb.
I got rid of half my pittance.
Thomas figurine
Forgery kit.
will be like 0.5 pounds.
You never know. You never know.
Sorry, I don't mean to read it.
So now you're back under carry weight by 0.45 pounds.
Good.
What a guy.
But
Perfect.
you and
That's how I
Lily,
envisioned.
you and Lily are wandering through the factory after Magnus.
Sharing a cigarette.
Yes, sharing a cigarette.
As a child.
Cigarette.
What? Oh, there's a thing.
You're telling me vapes don't exist yet?
Steampunk.
They do, but they've decided that cigarettes are just cooler.
I don't think that
Is it
they've
true?
reached that point in technological advances where they've been like, oh, we've fixed like all the actual problems with society. Now let's make things like recreational to that extent, you know.
It would have
When
to have
there's
a
already-
steam engine in the vape.
Yeah,
When like cigarettes already are perfectly
You
accessible.
have to
and
burn some
fine.
wood
I'm creating it.
to create steam to be able to
do it.
power
I'm
something
creating
that creates vapor
I mean,
instead
hey,
of smoke.
I think it's possible.
Edvard's a genius.
Wilbert is going to invent it.
You mean
Steam powered vape.
Aardvark.
So Aardvark is a genius, yes.
Thank you.
So you guys follow
Melanin.
Magnus down this hallway, keeping a safe distance so he doesn't notice you. And he
I want to check something real quick. Just as soon as I don't know if I would have been able to do this, but what is this one? Can I have cast guidance on Magnus? Would I have had time or like a chance to touch him before he's left?
does it have to be a willing person?
Yeah.
I don't really. I said before I don't want us to do the go back in time thing,
I'm sorry.
so I'm gonna say no.
Okay. No worries.
But you guys, you see him at the end of a long hallway burst through some double doors into like blacked out windows. Like you can't see what's past these doors except for a brief glimpse when they run in. You want to follow them?
Yeah. If I'm following Silly's lead. She seemed to be the one that wanted to follow, and Mirari's kind of always up for an adventure.
Okay. So you guys,
But she is trying to be stealthy.
okay. You guys get up to the door, and she like looks down at you and like and pushes the door open a little bit, and you guys peek in, and you see this vast dome chamber. You see all sorts of weird kind of almost like replicas of different metal objects scattered around the room, various like just weird different shapes, but they all look like almost like they were like made with like a mold, like you know like just like formed from the same shape
Yeah.
mold. And in the center of the room, you see a large basin that seems to be filled with what looks like molten silver. Okay. And you see the guards and Magnus standing at the front of it, and you see an arm sticking out of the molten metal.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is it molten like glowing or is it like quicksilver?
It's. What do you mean molten like glowing?
Like a molten metal is like red hot. Is it like red hot or is it like liquid metal? Like
It's
like-
liquid
like,
metal.
like mercury.
Yes. Yes. It looks silver.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
was just wondering.
I'm keeping as much of a distance as I
Thinking
can.
of more stuff.
Just fully like opposite side of the room, just kind of observing.
Okay. In that case,
In that case.
you are going to see the guards both grab Magnus's arms, one on each side. They grab him. He's like, "What are you guys doing? We gotta help this guy." And then you hear Edvard speak up.
I still have a spell prepped
Okay. What do you-
specifically for those guards.
okay. What is it?
It was just an attack spell. Like remember when I said like if they
So as
mess
soon as
with
they
them,
grab him, you want
that was my trigger.
Okay.
I think
to, if that's what you want to do.
does
What-
it look like they're grabbing him to like throw him in or like aggro him in any way?
They definitely seem to be trying to restrain him.
Okay. I won't fire off anything yet, but I will like just have it locked and loaded if they make any move to like push him in or like whatever. So
Okay. you hear Edvard's voice kind of boom in this large dome room. And he says, I gave you one warning. And one warning was all I told you I would give you. That you are not to interact with that boy. And he's like, I didn't... He's like, you weren't supposed to see that. He's like, why would you be so stupid, Agnes? You were one of my best. And then he says, throw him in.
Firing off at dissonant whispers.
No, it's over. It's over.
I can only hit one of them, I think.
Yes, one creature of your choice
I
within
don't
range.
think I have anything that I can fire that would hit both of him or...
No magic missile.
Fireball.
Yeah. No, it's gonna have to be a dissonant whisper.
No wizard with a Glock.
I'll fire it off at second level.
Second level, so it's a wisdom saving throw. What's the DC?
15.
It's a 15 on the die.
Shoot. Okay.
So
It's fine.
He's going to pass, which means that he takes half damage and doesn't have to move away from you.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll me damage.
I
3d6
think
halved.
I'm going to also...
Do you have a bonus action?
I have something else that I can throw onto this. I'm just trying to find it because it's new. Whoa!
So you got a level 5?
Yeah. Oh, psychic damage. When I make a psychic damage roll for an artificer spell, I gain a bonus to the damage roll equal to my intelligence modifier. So I get a +4 on damage for this.
You have +4 to intelligence?
Yeah.
So 3d6
There's some really
plus
smart
4
idiots.
halved.
14, 18, 9 damage total.
Okay. You see, he kind of shakes his head a bit as this spell hits him, and you see Edvard turn and look right at where you guys are peeking through the door.
I'm also, if I have like a turn, I'm booking it towards him.
Okay. You can use movement.
Yeah, as this is happening, I'm just running in a straight line
towards Magnus.
Yep.
Okay. So you cast this spell. They're about to throw Magnus in. You start booking towards him. Edvard sees you booking into the room, and he's just going to hold up a hand and say, wait, and the guards are going to not throw him in just yet. And he's going to say, Lochlann?
I don't think I'm going to answer. I think I'm going to keep running and keep, just... I think Mirari in this situation would lose all sense of, I have spells and therefore I should use magic to hurt this person and just, pull out the sickles and start, trying to stab.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Bad.
Is it below 10?
Yes.
Edvard sees you ignoring him and continuing to run towards Magnus, and he's just going to point a finger at you and say, stop, and you're going to freeze in place as he casts Hold Person on you. Now, there isn't ruling on whether or not your perception remains when you're being held by Hold Person. So I'm going to do house ruling and say that it does.
Yeah.
So you're aware of everything going on around you while you're frozen in place.
It's you're still awake.
Yeah. Well, you're paralyzed, so I just don't know if that also paralyzed your senses,
I wouldn't think so.
So he's going to, with his arms behind his back, slowly walk up to you.
I think I'm waiting for Silly to do something. So my eyes, if I'm in range of her, I'm trying to get a catch her eye.
She hasn't moved from the doorway.
Okay.
When you ran in. He's going to kind of tussle your hair, and then he's gonna kneel down next to you, put an arm around your shoulders, and he's gonna say, "So you finally found your father after all this." You're frozen, so you can't speak.
There are tears streaming down her face.
Well, I hope it was a worthwhile reunion, and you were able to experience a whole lifetime of love and parental affection in the brief moments you were able to spend together. But Unfortunately, you must now watch him die. And he snaps his fingers, and the guards throw him into the molten pool of metal. And we're gonna cut away from that
No, he's dead.
to Noggle.
Hey, GG, brother.
Good game, brother.
Unreal.
You had a dad for a minute.
Unreal.
To Noggle,
Morning.
Don't worry, guys. I have a smoke grenade. I can still save him.
kneeling before you is Koff, the Kenku. We're about to do the joining ceremony with her.
Okay. Let's do it. Oh, it's not that one. Whoops.
Wrong ceremony.
Sorry.
Wrong ceremony. Wrong rituals. I have a
A
lot.
rod comes out of the ceiling.
That's it. That's
He said
in-game.
the Orson without conviction.
That was said in game. No.
I like to think he's like flipping through a book.
Book of Orisons. All wrong.
Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Wrong religion. Wrong club. Wrong cult.
Wrong cult.
The insects.
So, who deserves freedom?
I mean, everybody does, right?
I say nothing. It's like, who will stop those that oppress us?
No, I was kind of hoping that you guys would. That's why I want to join you.
Is equality worth fighting for?
Yeah.
Is equality worth dying for?
I mean, I would say so.
Alright.
Puts a glove on.
Yeah. Put it on.
How intimidating would that be?
After saying, is it worth to die for?
Masked figure standing over you with your
In-game.
back to a rushing river.
Yeah.
Is she standing or kneeling?
She's kneeling.
Say, rise.
She stands up and she looks at you through your mask and she says,
I recognize you. You're from the boat, right? I recognize your voice.
Nope. No boats.
Roll me a deception.
Okay.
No boats.
No boat.
No boat.
Killer.
It's. I'm sure I hit it at 16 on the die, but I'm like +4, I think. What's that?
Well, it's got to go against her insight.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's 21.
Okay, yeah, no, she rolled a 12 on the die.
Okay.
Definitely does have a +9 to insight.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. I thought I knew you.
I say, follow me.
Oh, okay.
She starts following you, and before you guys even take 2 steps away from the river, you like turn around to start walking away from the river, and as soon as you do, you see someone was standing behind you during this ceremony. And it is a small halfling girl. She's holding like a torn up, tattered teddy bear. And she's like,
What's going on?
What's going on? How'd you get in?
you guys are just down in the base of the ravine.
So what are you doing here?
I was trying to find my mommy.
Oh man.
Why you had that mask on?
Well, look. And then I'm like, look, we're gonna help you out. Just will you follow me? I'll help you find your mom, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then she can follow me into the ceremony.
Until this like the bigger gathering.
Yeah.
You run into Misty first.
Okay.
And she sees the little girl with you. And she says, what? She like pulls you aside. Where'd that girl come from?
She was just standing behind me when I was doing the first questions. And
She heard you?
She heard the questions, but she's looking for her mom. So I just said that she could come with me for now. I could try to help her find her mom.
Wilbert walks up at this point.
Wilbert says,
Oh, I actually do. Oh.
What's up?
Hey guys, who's this?
Well, you guys are like separate from the little girl.
Oh.
Yeah, Misty pulled Noggle aside.
Oh.
Hey, Wilbur. We're discussing
What's going on?
the kid.
Somebody watched Noggle do the ceremony.
Someone? Who?
A tiny child.
A little girl.
Yeah.
That's... Nobody's supposed to witness what we're doing.
It's a little girl.
What is she...
I asked her why was she here, and she's looking for her mom.
And how did you find her?
She was just standing behind me.
And you didn't hear her?
Nope. Guess not.
And down by the river, the water does get a bit noisy.
I guess.
I think that we should keep her in custody for now.
We could push her in the river.
I don't want to take that extreme of a...
I'm just saying.
No.
It is a little girl. It's not likely that she would understand what she saw or even bring it up to anybody else.
How old does she look? Does she look younger than Lochlann, or?
Probably like 7, 8.
Okay, so younger.
Yeah, a little bit younger. I think that we should see if we can locate her mother, and we should bring this up to the rest of the animals and see if we can figure out what happened here.
I say we go to the animals first. This is...
Before looking for her mother?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I want both of you, and I'm going to have Misty do the same thing, roll me a perception check. Misty got a 2.
I got a 9.
Oh boy.
12.
Okay. Saved. No.
You guys head over to where the rest of the leaders are, and kind of group up with them. And Misty says, we should head back to the cave so we can talk. And everyone else is like, okay.
Oh, wait, the girl too?
No, the girl's not with you.
But where is she? I thought she was with.
Where is she?
Oh,
Where's Rachel? Where's the little girl? What's happening?
Misty just sends a couple of pre-existing members to keep an eye on her.
Okay.
Yeah. But you guys head back to one of your meeting places, and Misty says, "Noggle, would you like to tell everyone what happened?"
So I was given the ceremony, and behind me, after the questions were done, there was this little girl, about 7 or so, just had a teddy bear and said she was looking for her mom. Asked me why I was wearing a mask. Didn't reveal anything, so...
The tiger speaks up and he says, "So she heard you? She saw the ceremony?"
Yeah, but she's 7.
I mean, listen, I'm not trying to say anything. I just wanted clarification.
She heard me ask the questions.
Got you.
But she's looking for her mom, so...
Well, I mean...
Does anybody here have a child? Just wondering.
Potentially.
A halfling child?
I potentially do, considering I'm a halfling and this is a halfling child.
Misty's like, wait, have you...
Maybe. I don't know, man. You know how I get on the sauce sometimes?
Alright.
This is years ago, though. It couldn't be this.
It's like 7 years ago.
No. Listen,
approximately.
This is approximately
8 years ago.
This is a long time ago.
That's something he'd tell the tiger. He'd go, "That's not great."
That's not
okay.
great.
Obviously, we exist to help people like this. She's obviously, if she lives down here in the slums, she's one of us as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. I think we look for her mom, and but if we don't find anything, then she's one of us.
Yeah, let's just
go ahead.
I'm just waiting for the booze.
Don't boo. Do not.
I'm ready.
Let's just not do anything too drastic. Alright?
Okay. Alright, Tony.
I was waiting for something much worse.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too.
Come on, you can do better than that.
You gotta put your heart into it.
Well, he's trying to keep his voice down.
All right, Tony. We got. So, what do you
Calling
think
him
we
by
should
first
do?
name?
Huh? Of course. Tony and I started this.
Tony and you
She's
seem to
gonna
be in
hear.
agreement. What's Wilbert's opinion?
Whatever. Fine. I have no. Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah.
All right.
Hey. Yeah.
You're good.
Well.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you decided?
I think so. Yeah.
Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Okay. I also vote yay, and a couple other people also vote yay.
Who
And
votes no?
nobody really votes no,
Okay,
but
good.
like once a couple more thumbs up
Turtle?
go up, then the people that you see put their thumbs up is Big Joe, and
I just want to know what the turtle did.
the turtle's really slow, so he starts to lift his arm and then sees that everyone else there's been like a majority thumbs up, and he puts his arm back down.
All right. I'm just looking at him the whole time. I like this addition, man.
Yeah.
When did he?
Now, what I want you guys to do. Give me 2 seconds.
1, 2.
The continuation of the initiation.
Marari's totally
I
fine,
want
by
you
the
guys to
way.
make me some wisdom saving throws.
Oh god, that's the worst one.
All of us, or just those two?
The people that are in the scene right now.
Oh, okay.
Good thing.
Good thing I have a -1. Oh, that's a 7. So
I
6.
actually, I got a 12.
6.
I got a
I'm gonna roll for everyone else in the cave right now.
Ooh, y'all are getting got.
Me
Six
minus
other
1.
people. Okay. 1 and a 2.
Oh, that's great.
A few people rolled above 15, so they're gonna be fine. But the majority of you, I mean, everybody hears it. But somebody casts a command spell. And they say, reveal. And both of you, Misty, the turtle, and Big Joe, all take your masks off in this cave. And out from the shadows walks Cough. And the gem on her hand is glowing this dark red with like some sort of like mystical energy like steaming off of it. We're gonna cut from there.
Of course.
You killed us.
Of course it's Goth.
Over to Alfonso.
Random Dom person.
I'm immediately, as we're being escorted out, I'm explaining to Aletha, I'm used to this kind of thing. This happens all the time to me.
Well, I have an idea.
Oh yeah?
Do you trust me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
She reaches into like her pocket and she pulls out 2 little like beetle-looking robot things. She hits the buttons on them and sets them down on the ground, and they just beep, 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 run in opposite directions. And the 2 guards, I'm gonna roll some checks for them really quick. One of the 2 guards runs after it, and the other guard's like, "Hey, where are you going?" And he chases after him, chasing one of these things down the hallway. She's like, "Quickly, come this way." And you guys run down, duck into one of the workshops, and she like pulls open like an air vent. She's like, "In here, quickly."
Oh, okay.
You guys duck into the air vent. We're gonna cut away from that for like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Back to Dr. Malik. Wrap up his story really quick here.
Get away from that. Marari's dead. Back to the.
Mari's not dead. Magnus is.
No, he's fine.
Wilbert's dead.
Wilbert's dead.
Classic.
Dr. Malik, you and Kruk are running into.
I brought all my stuff too, like my rifle and stuff too.
100%.
Yeah.
You rush down the street and into Steamworks. As soon as you walk in, roll me a wisdom saving throw, I'm going to say.
Okay. Man, I'm not good at these.
Not you.
I know. I just wanted to check. I rolled a 4. I rolled a 2 on their wisdom saving throw. as well.
19.
Or actually, I'm sorry. I gave you the wrong check. Completely wrong check. I was thinking about a different spell. Roll me a investigation check.
You want me to keep the roll?
No, re-roll it.
Difference between wisdom save.
I didn't even hear what your first roll was.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay though. You said investigation?
Yes, an investigation check.
15.
15. So as you bust through the front doors of Steamworks, something just feels off to you. It's like a Mandela effect. Like you walk in and just something in this room doesn't look like you remember it looking.
Something's off in this room. It doesn't look like it's supposed to.
The best.
Is it? Do I feel like it's an illusion? Kind of feeling like something's like you said something doesn't look like.
Yes, because you guessed it. I'm gonna say yes. You feel like it's an illusion
because you said okay. So what doesn't? Like what direction? Like right in front of me? Like does it look like the hallway is not the hallway, or is it like a door supposed to be somewhere?
You can't like pin it to any particular spot in the room, but just all around you, wherever you look, out of the corner of your eye, you feel like something looks wrong. You look over there, then you feel like it's over to your left. You look in the other direction, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw now.
19.
4.
Man, I suck at these.
That's one.
I haven't rolled above a 7. That's 4 wisdom.
Not 20 as
22.
well. Not 20 as well.
22? Okay, you hear, roll me 2 more. Yeah, 3 in total. First one you pass.
21. 16.
Okay. With the 16, you immediately, as you're like kind of looking around there and trying to figure out what's going on, you hear 3 distinct voices, but they all kind of sound the same. But they all say hold person, and you manage to fend off 2 of the commands to hold, like to be held, but the 3rd one does grasp you, and you are now paralyzed. And as you become paralyzed, this kind of illusion around you dissipates. You are not in Steamworks. You don't know where you are. You're in some sort of dank dungeon somewhere. And you're surrounded by various different people in cloaks. And the first thing that you notice about they have the white masks that you're familiar with, but they all look like they are different sizes. Okay.
Big Dom, small Dom, medium size.
Different sizes? Okay.
And
Woman Dom.
Mom and Dom.
And out from the opposite door, you see Edvard emerge with Mirari in tow, and the people around pull off their cloaks and take off their masks, and you see Celilian Asra, you see Badap, you see Misty, you see you don't see Misty, you see all the members of your party, except for Mirari, and Kruk, who is with you, goes and stands in the circle with the rest of them. And Edvard walks up with little Mirari. This is actually you, if you want to roleplay this. You're no longer paralyzed.
Wait, am I in this group too?
Yes, there is a you in this group, but it's not you.
Got it. But it is me.
But it is you.
It
is you.
What am I like? What have I experienced up until this point? What led me?
You were paralyzed. You watched your father get thrown in, and you were carried out of that room.
Okay.
Down deep into the depths of Steamworks.
Am I restrained in any way? By what?
You're bound up.
I would have been able to break the whole person by now.
Yes, yeah. Long before that happened, they bound you arms, legs.
Okay.
And yeah, some sort of magical binding is like tying your limbs together.
Okay.
And so
But I still have my. Okay, nothing. I don't want to say anything.
Okay. He
Just my
drags.
limbs. Got it.
He drags you into this room, and as he does, the pendant appears in front of you. Obviously, you can't grab it because you're bound, but it appears floating in front of you, and one of the Edvard grabs it. He holds it in his hand, and he says something in some language that you don't understand, even if you use to comprehend languages.
Oh.
He says something in this language. It does, if you really thought about it, it sounds like the same voice that you heard. Who was it that? I think it was the voice coming from this.
Was.
Yeah, when it summoned the bubble temple. You hear this same voice that Edvard whispers to this thing, and it shatters open, and there's an orb of light where it was, and as the orb of light fades away, you see a divine flower appear from inside of this pendant. And that's where we're going to leave you guys to cut back to Alfonso one last time.
I'll kill you.
Get the pendant.
You guys are in these vents. You hear the guards kind of rushing around for several minutes until you hear them completely like leave your area of the factory. I think they're gone. I think we can go work on the honor.
All right. So I'm gonna do a perception just to see.
Nothing. There's no reason for you to be, concerned.
Well, no, because we haven't been given any information other than.
No, it's just funny.
Yeah, no, you guys went on a little date, wound up in the factory.
You're having a great night.
Everyone
Everyone else is just
like I've had people ask me to leave places many times.
Yeah, so it's nothing you're not familiar with. You know that Edvard and your father have been talking.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. You actually broke it open.
No, I have to turn it off.
Okay. I'm gonna do a perception before we go out of the vents. I'm not just gonna like leave. Do I have any inclination that like I could know where like another workshop is?
You like besides the one that you went to the first time?
Yeah.
You feel like you want to. I mean, I would assume you want to impress Alifa, so you feel like you could go back through. Since you're already in this workshop, you could go out through the train and make it back into that original large workshop.
Okay, I'm gonna do a perception before I leave to make sure there's no guards.
Yeah, and also traps.
Yeah, and traps, of course. That's a 12.
12. You don't see anything.
Okay.
You walk up to like the bay door that leads out to the track out there. It's not locked. You manage to get it open. You get out there, and all the bay doors are kind of the same size down the line of this track, and you see the one that's much larger that leads into that bigger room.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna try to stealthily head towards it. Can I do a stealth?
Yeah, roll me a stealth. I'll roll one for Alifa as well.
Don't scoff. I'm 12.
I'm scoffing.
Alifa got a 9. You guys, I mean, you're not super stealthy, but nobody's really around, so you're fine. You managed to make it to the big bay door and open it up to reveal this large workshop before you. Inside of this workshop, you haven't been here in at least a year. In the very center of this workshop, you see a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I think I wrote it down.
Defenestration.
No. You see a lemniscate metal frame So it basically looks like an infinity symbol, right?
That's what I thought he said.
Lemoniskit.
Oh,
Limp Biscuit.
Limp biscuit.
It's a metal frame that's shaped like an infinity symbol, so it's lemoniskit. And there is an icosahedral structure that's like positioned at where the 2 points of the infinity symbol meet.
Is it floating?
It is not floating. It's kind of just like structured on like it's got like some supports holding it up on this massive workbench in the center of the room, and the icosahedral metal kind of thing in the center. It has 3 kind of crystalline see-through chambers on the sides of it. But you're here to work on your armor.
I feel like that's kind of a big sore thumb sticking out. Can I do an investigation on that?
Sure, yeah. Absolutely.
What is that investigation or?
You could do an investigation. You could do an arcana if you want.
Is that like my artificer check? Is that just general intelligence or?
It depends on if you're looking for magic or if you're looking for like what mechanically this thing does.
I would look for what mechanically it does.
So then I would say an intelligence.
Okay.
I was gonna say, man, they're on a great date. Surely nothing sinister is happening in the bowels of this building.
Man, my rolls are sucking.
You need new dice.
I do.
Roll.
That's a
mine.
9.
Actually, don't use
9.
Mine sucks too.
You have no idea what this thing is, what it's meant to do. It looks very impressive, structurally, technically. It's designed to like almost perfection in the preciseness of it. But you have no idea what it does.
I'm going to say to Leaf, this looks very impressive. What do you reckon this is?
I don't have a clue. But I think we have everything that we need here to work on the armor.
All right, that sounds good to me.
So she has you take the armor off, like the chest piece.
No.
What?
I'm going to be armorless.
It's whatever. You have no reason to think anything bad's going on.
It's time.
You sat down at the table, and you guys work on it together for a good long while. At some point during your working, you hear some footsteps race past the room that you're in. But if you guys like quickly go to hide yourself, they don't seem to have anything to do. They're just running past somewhere deeper in the factory. And you finish what you're doing on the armor. And Alifa very proudly, she takes it and she goes to put it back on you. And she's like, you look very nice with this.
Oh, thank you very much. This is beautiful.
She kind of locks eyes with you and she leans in for a kiss. Do you lean in as well?
I do.
Okay. As soon as you lean in to kiss her, she freezes in place.
I'm used to this reaction.
She's like not breathing. She's just like frozen.
I understand.
Are you all right?
And you hear a voice behind you say, "Sorry to interrupt, Phonzo, my old friend, but I need your help." And you turn around and you see.
Does he look like
Dom Colone standing
behind you. Oh no!
With bleach blonde hair.
Oh.
And that is where we're going to end the session for today. To be continued next time. Farewell.
Bing.
Blonde Colone.
Bro, is he not?